What an interesting Raw tonight in Hartford, Connecticut. Bruce Pritchard loves to waste our 3 hours, the 3 hours of our life that we kind of dedicate to watching the product, and a ton of DQ finishes tonight. Bianca Belair and Asuka were in the main event with 4 minutes left of on-air time. Really good way of using your time wisely there, Bruce. Cody Rhodes versus Austin Theory happened for the United States Championship, and while it was a good match, of course it ends in disqualification because we all knew it was going to end in disqualification. And now WWE wants to unify the tag titles again, but this time RKBro wants to go over to SmackDown instead of what originally happened in the first place. But that's okay, because you know what? That's just WWE for you guys, and that's just how WWE tries to run things over there. And we're just going to have to deal with it. We will talk about it all tonight on the show. And this is the only place that you need to be on your Monday nights. This, of course, is Outside the Brand, guys. We will talk to you guys in just a little bit. Hold on 1 second, guys. We'll be right there. What is going on, guys? Thank you so much for joining me right here on Outside the Brand. This is your Monday Night Raw Post Show for May 9th, 2022. I am your host, Phil, and of course, this is Outside the Brand. Thank you so much for joining me on your Monday nights, wherever you may be. Like I said in the open, man, Raw is an interesting time and place. Raw is far better than SmackDown each and every single week, but there are some questionable decisions that I just cannot honestly get behind. This is an absolute waste of time when you have most of your night end in disqualifications. And we really started that off with an absolute bang because it just continued to happen each and every single time tonight. There's some questionable decisions on the show, and we had Cody Rhodes versus Austin Theory for the United States Championship. That was announced at around 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And, you know, I was just getting out of work when all of this was happening. I got out of work. I got the notification saying that Cody Rhodes is going to face Austin Theory for the United States title. And I was like, why is this happening? Why is this happening in the first place? Cody Rhodes legitimately only has had 6 televised matches since he's come back to WWE. And that does not constitute him getting a United States Championship shot. He was not going to beat Austin Theory for the United States title, and Theory was obviously not going to beat Cody clean. So why does the match need to happen? Cody Rhodes won the match. He won the match, but it was by disqualification because they had to have some excuse to give Cody Rhodes a chance to go up against Seth Rollins for a third time inside. Oh, sorry about that. They had to give an excuse to give Cody Rhodes a chance to go up against Seth Rollins and get Cody versus Seth 3 inside Hell in a Cell at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. I can watch Cody versus Seth 20 freaking times and I don't even care. But this was so predictable. The Rollins disqualification and interference happened, and we will most likely be getting that Hell in a Cell match at the pay-per-view. I like it. I like Cody Rhodes and I like Seth Rollins and I like the work rate that they have been doing. But give us some unpredictability kind of factor there. Give us something that is at least unpredictable. We all knew. As soon as that United States Championship match was announced at around 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we all knew what was going to happen. A DQ finish was going to happen, and then we're going to get Cody versus Seth 3 inside Hell in a Cell at the pay-per-view. It's most likely going to happen, and we're going to probably get that over the next few weeks, and we're going to have to build that for the weeks to come. Now, the rest of the show was pretty decent, but the main event for that championship contenders match for the Raw Women's title was god-awful. It was god-awful. The Asuka versus Bianca Belair, they had a championship contenders match where if Asuka won, she can get a future Raw Women's Championship opportunity. But guys, there was only 4 minutes left in the show. There was only 4 minutes left in the show. Bianca Belair was used to accentuate the feud between Asuka and Becky Lynch. And man, oh man, is that pathetic. That is fucking pathetic. This entire show, was based on 2 disqualification finishes. Cody versus Seth, Bianca versus Asuka. Why? What did Asuka do to get a future championship opportunity? What did Asuka do to get this championship contender match? She did nothing. She has done nothing whatsoever to get a championship opportunity. So of course we're going to use this to accentuate the feud. The match ended in disqualification by tripping Asuka, and that was it. The show is based on disqualification finishes tonight, and I don't like wasting my time. I don't. The show was paced very well, I will say that, but it was a waste of time. It was a waste of time. Kevin Owens was in a gray wig to pretend that he was Ken Owens, his older brother. I understand this is supposed to be a comedy gimmick, but guys, come on now. Come on. I understand this is supposed to be a oh gosh. We gotta guess here, people. I think it's actually locked, but I gotta get I gotta get my headphones so we can link up and talk. Alright, hold on, guys. We'll get him right in here. Okay, hold on 1 second. Hold on, guys. Trying to get the headphones connected. I'll be right there. There we go. Do you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, there we go. I got the headphones connected. I was just going over what happened tonight. This show was based off 2 disqualification finishes, and I'm not liking that.
Yeah, it was pretty stupid. The ending made me very angry that there was no reason to put Asuka in that position. If you lose like that.
They built Cody versus Seth, and they built Cody versus Seth Part 3 tonight, which, I mean, we all knew that was probably going to happen with the whole United States Championship opportunity. I did not like that. Cody had 6 televised matches throughout his entire time being back here in WWE, and that does not constitute a United States title match, in my opinion. And we all knew what was going to happen. Of course, Seth was going to interfere, but I don't like that we had to use a United States Championship or Austin Theory in that matter in order to get to Cody versus Seth 3. I just don't understand that. And then that championship contender match with 4 minutes left on the air is ridiculous. There's 4 minutes left on the air tonight for that championship contender match.
That's why I got scared when Becky came out to commentary. I'm like, all right, it's bad enough that she's out here talking. And now the show's about to end, and the 24/7 thing looked like it went over schedule. So I'm like even more confused. And then it all just falls apart.
Kevin Owens was in a gray wig and pretend that he was Ken Owens, his older brother. Listen, bro, I understand this is supposed to be a comedy gimmick, and I understand all this shit. I understand what Ezekiel Elias is trying to do, and I honestly like the dedication that both of these guys have in order to try to get this over as much as they possibly can. But this is getting ridiculous now. I mean, come on.
I mean,
it's only this is getting ridiculous.
It's only going like escalate from here. I think this is like low level ridiculous. This is only the beginning.
I know, and that's what kind of frightens me, dude. This is what kind of scares me, like, because I don't know what they're gonna do. We all know Axel up in here in this chat, I hope, and you know what Axel said like a couple of weeks ago, or at least what said. He kind of had like a green screen and said, "What if Damian Sandow came back to accentuate him being actually Elias instead of Elias being Ezekiel?" And it just happens all like that. I don't want things to happen like this, bro. I can't have another person impersonating Elias when Elias is Ezekiel. There's just too much. There's too much. There's too much. There's too much. Huh?
That would be freaking hilarious, bro.
There's too much. I understand that would be hilarious. I understand, like, what the hell? Sandow? It's like, no, I'm Elias.
Sandow was kind of cool.
No, I'm Elias.
I think.
No, I know your face.
If you can pull that off, yeah.
Just imagine. Here's the thing, though. I will give Raw this. I think Raw was very well paced tonight. I will say that. It's just the fact that it was just based off 2 disqualification finishes. I just did not like.
That was, yeah. I guess that was the only point of like stupidity. I guess. The disqualification finishes were really bad. That made no sense to me. The fuck. That made.
And now, sorry. But yeah, this shit was kind of a complete waste of time tonight. We had now here's the thing. Well, I can't even believe I'm freaking saying this, but Monday Night Raw has been it's been honestly 10,000 times better than Friday Night SmackDown almost every single week. From the moment, pretty much ever since the moment of 2022 started, Monday Night Raw has kind of been on the up and up, and it's not. I'm not really proud of myself for saying that, because I was shitting on Raw almost the entire time we've been doing it on this podcast until 2022 came around, and it's just happened. But we did have another return tonight, and that was Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss returned. And she still had the Lily doll, but the first part of her music was the Goddess, and then it transitioned back into the Fiend shit. So what?
I'm hoping to God that means something good. Hoping that means like maybe we're on the road back, possibly, hopefully.
Back to recovery or something, because like, like that shit. Because I just seriously don't know at this point. And then that Kevin Owens thing, the Cody versus Seth, the Bianca, and everything else that happened tonight. We're getting a steel cage next week between Bobby Lashley and Omos. Give me a fucking sleeping pill, and I'll take a little nap during that shit, because I'm not caring about that at all. Just get that shit off my TV, and we'll be good to go. But guys, we'll be talking about everything that happened tonight on Monday Night Raw. I hope you guys enjoy what you will be hearing tonight. Loff and I are here. Loff and I are going to be reviewing the show tonight, and we will be doing everything that we can in order to break this thing down as best as we possibly can. Guys, we were not only live once last night, but we were live twice yesterday. And, yesterday was Mother's Day, so I hope you enjoyed your Mother's Day with your family and treated your mother well. Loff, I hope you did as well. We, over here in Connecticut, did it very well. Had a nice lunch, and then we kind of just chilled out for the rest of the day. We were live not once but twice. We did our preview and predictions, and obviously the review for WrestleMania Backlash. So if you guys missed that, as much as the other videos on the channel, you guys can go check that out. It's all on the homepage. You guys can hit that subscribe button down below there as well, and turn on the bell for all notifications. That way you never miss when we go live. And tomorrow, I don't know if we're going to be live. because there's something going on in my family circle tomorrow, so I don't know if we're going to be live, but if there is any news or anything like that, I'll make sure to have an extra for you guys and upload it for Tuesday. That way you guys are kept up to date. And yeah, man, let's just get right into the show. Hit that thumbs up button. We want 10 likes for the Monday Night Raw post show tonight. Hit that subscribe button down below as well. And make sure to go to bonfire.com, the exclusive merchandise store, right?
Merch.
The merch. Bonfire.com, the exclusive home of Outside the Brand. And it's merchandise, t-shirts, hoodies, and more on that site for you guys to go check out. And it's going to be an absolute awesome site for you guys to go visit. And finally, before we get into the show, we want to thank you guys for all the love and support. Could not do this without you guys. Seriously, it's been a journey, and we could not have done this without all of you. So let's get right into Monday Night Raw, guys. We started off Monday Night Raw. If I can pull up my notes. Come on. What's going on, John L. Jackson? This one, that's a new face on here. All right, my man. Wow, do you know this guy, John L?
Nah, but I know him now. What up, bro?
Hey, what's going on, my man? The new face here. Hit that subscribe button if you like what you're hearing. We are just reviewing Monday Night Raw. All right, guys. We started off Monday Night Raw with RKBro. The Raw Tag Team Champions make their way to the ring here in Hartford, Connecticut. Yes, that's right. They were in my state of Hartford, Connecticut. WWE came home, and I was not there. I just couldn't get tickets. I wanted to go. But I just could not get tickets, so that's a big pain. But next week, next time they come to Raw. Next time Raw comes to Connecticut, I'm going because it's Cody Rhodes and something Cody Rhodes. I want to sing that song in Hartford, Connecticut. But anyways, RK-Bro was out there, and they were going up against the Street Profits to defend the Raw Tag Team Championships. Orton takes the microphone, and the fans chant his name here in Hartford. He welcomes us to Monday Night Raw and says that they may have lost the battle, but the war is far from over. Orton then says nothing was on the line last night because the big dog himself ripped up the contract and did that because he knows that the boys can't hold a candle to RK-Bro. Orton then says that the Usos got him thinking that they want to become the undisputed WWE Tag Team Champions of the world. And then Riddle says he and Orton will be going to Friday Night SmackDown this week to verbally challenge them for a title match. And if they say no, it goes to show that the Chief has no confidence or faith in his family. But it doesn't matter because they are going to show up regardless. That's ridiculous. Well, that's ridiculous.
Why?
We had this shit already.
Oh yeah, I knew that already.
We had this shit already.
So on. That's why
this shit is ridiculous. We had this.
There's no one else there. They have to keep doing it repeatedly.
We had this. Like, does anybody else not remember this shit? We had this shit already. It's just the Usos were over here on Raw. There's legitimately nobody left.
We're gonna have this for the next freaking, I don't know how long actually, but there's no other damn teams on the fucking roster anyway. So we're gonna keep getting this rematch.
Roman ripped up the goddamn contract. We could have had this done and dealt with already.
This is our fate, man.
The Street Profits then come out. Of course they do, because they're the only other tag team here on this goddamn fucking show. And say that they want RK-Bro in the Raw Tag Team title match right now. They mocked them for losing at Backlash. And Ford said that RK-Bro think that they're going to SmackDown on Friday, but tonight they got next, and they are the ones that are going to be unifying the tag team championships. Dawkins says the 420 shirts have their brains fogged because they must have forgotten they're facing them right now. Ford then says that they want to smoke, and then Riddle says one of the coolest lines I have ever seen, and I honestly didn't think that was on the back of their t-shirt for the 420 shirt, because once I uploaded that shit to TikTok, everybody kind of bombarded me in the comments saying that was already on a t-shirt. I didn't know. But he said, quote, RK-Bro 420 says, we just smoked your asses. I did not know that was on the back of the t-shirt, bro.
Neither did I. That's news to me.
I didn't know that was on the back of the t-shirt. So when I uploaded him saying that on TikTok, and I said as like the caption where you just write on the actual TikTok video, I need that on a t-shirt pronto, or whatever I said, everybody in the comments was saying, Phil, it's already on the t-shirt. I'm like, where? They're like, it's on the 420 t-shirt. It's on the back. So then I went to WWE.com to make sure, and it is on the back. It is on the back of the shirt. I had no idea.
I didn't buy that shirt. I don't know what
the only shirt that I knew of for RK-Bro was the snake on the scooter. That's it. That's the only shirt I knew that they had. I didn't know the 420 shirt was a thing.
It's news to me, man. I barely go on that website, so I don't know.
JJ Cena 2006. What's going on, man? But yeah, so RK-Bro 420 says, we just smoked your asses, and the match is next. Randy Orton's reaction to that was phenomenal. I loved Randy's reaction.
He liked it.
It seemed so genuine, and I was like, here's the thing. Well, RK-Bro, I understand. This tag team was only supposed to last 4 months, and we're almost a year, and we are over a year into this now. RK-Bro is going to be looked at as one of the greatest creations from WWE creative within the last few years.
You think so?
This shit is absolutely awesome between those two. It really is. But the thing is, what I need them to do is I need them to try. I need them to try to do the feud between Randy Orton and Riddle, man. I just need them to try it. I understand not everybody needs a breakup, like a tag team breakup, and then like a feud between those two. I understand that, but Randy Orton versus Riddle could be a money feud, especially for a pay-per-view like SummerSlam, if they build it right, dude. With the way that Randy Orton and Riddle have had their chemistry building up all this much, one of them turning, it makes sense, bro. They could have done it tonight, honestly. They could have started it tonight.
That's the issue with it. You have something like this that is so freaking fragile, and obviously both of them are having fun, but at the same time, people like you just want to break up, and I understand why you want to break up, honestly.
It's just money.
I mean, yeah, but at that point, you're leaving it up to them to book it right.
Yeah, I know I can book it right. I did a whole entire video today.
Sure, you can.
I did an entire video today with Self Bet Wrestling. He said, break up this tag team. I'm like, all right, bet, I got you. And then I did an entire story. And I understand that there's legitimately no tag teams, and I'm kind of hoping for a breakup, and that's not the reason why I want it. It's because I know what Randy Orton and Riddle can do, and if I was in full control of this, I would get Riddle over into the way that everybody would want him to be.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's so easy for me to do this because I just know how to like, especially with Riddle, because I've been watching him for so long since with NXT. I know what he is good at and know what he is bad at, so I would know what to do in these situations. It's just it fits so well. But RKBro is definitely one of the greatest tag team creations within the last few years for sure, because their chemistry is phenomenal, and Randy has helped Riddle in ways that honestly I can't even explain. And you see it right in front of your eyes. Riddle is getting better and better each and every single week.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of things that Riddle had to improve on when he first got caught up, and now he looks like a totally different person. So I definitely like that part of the partnership, that it definitely led to the improvement of Riddle and the improvement of Randy too, because I feel like right after his Jeff Hardy feud, actually no, not after the Hardy feud, probably after the Edge feud, I think it started to get a little stale for me with him because he was just like the same person he's always been. But this looks like he's really having fun. He's not just going out there going through the motions. Look, he's actually having fun every week. So that's always good to see.
It not only helped Riddle, but it kind of like what you're saying, rejuvenated the final few years of Randy Orton's career, and it looks like he's having the most fun time in his entire career right now.
Yeah,
and it's great. It's great to see, honestly. Randy Orton and Riddle they were only supposed to last 4 months, and we are over a year into this, and this has been absolutely phenomenal. I understand you weren't totally into Randy Orton and I said Randy Orton and RKO, Randy Orton and Riddle at first, but you can't deny the actual like genuineness between these two because it's absolutely been chemistry ever since we started this thing.
Oh no, they look like they're having fun. It still doesn't stick with me right now, but I mean, they're having fun, so that's
Is
all
it
that
just
matters.
not? Is it just not you seeing them as like a legit tag team?
I don't know. I still don't know what it is. I mean, it's just they look like two polar opposites to me, and it is funny sometimes. It's not. It still doesn't resonate with me, unfortunately.
Because I do kind of see your point. If it is like because they're not technically they weren't technically a legit tag team for a very long time. I didn't think of them as a legit tag team until I don't even know, maybe like 5-6 months into their run.
Yeah.
Because you think of Randy Orton, you really don't think of him as a tag team guy unless you done rated RKO, and then actually that's really the only other legit kind of tag team I can honestly see him in. But yeah, I only really didn't get involved into the whole RK-Bro thing until like 6 months in, because I really just didn't think of Randy Orton and Riddle as a legit tag team up until that time. But it's been fun, and both of them have flourished in this partnership together for sure. But they have their own tag team title match with the Street Profits. The Street Profits seem to always get themselves into tag team title opportunities, when honestly they haven't really deserved them. To be completely honest, I love the Street Profits, but they have not deserved any of their tag team title opportunities over the last few months. But Orton, he wants to hit an RKO, but he gets knocked out of the ring. Riddle then catches Dawkins with a switch knee. Then he sends Ford over the top rope. Riddle then goes to the apron and hits a soccer kick on Ford, and then Riddle goes for a springboard floating bro, but he hits Orton instead. So that, I thought right there, it's a little bit of a miscommunication. Something can happen here. Ford then gets Riddle back inside the ring, and Dawkins catches him with a spinebuster. Ford then follows it up with a huge frog splash and covers. It was from the heavens for what we thought was going to be the win, but Orton breaks up the pinfall. Orton and Dawkins then brawl to the outside of the ring. Ford then hits Riddle with an enziguri and then goes to the top rope one more time for another from the heavens. Ford dives off the top rope with a sky-high frog splash, but Riddle catches him with a phenomenal RKO out of nowhere, and they get the win. The look on Randy's face when he hit that RKO, when Riddle hit that RKO, was priceless, bro. He was so happy that he got that off. That was beautiful.
That's the thing. They always know how to finish the match too. Their ending freaking match spots are always freaking elite.
Yeah. It was so good. It was so good. And then after the match,
yes.
Kevin Patrick is standing on a platform in the crowd, and out comes the United States champion, Austin Theory, for an interview. Kevin Patrick is asking how he's going to prepare for a very worthy opponent in Cody Rhodes, as he has defeated Seth Rollins twice since coming back. Theory says that he is just scratching the surface of his greatness. Theory then says that he was basically in diapers when Cody Rhodes was first here in the WWE. Theory doesn't care about the past, he only cares about the future. And that's Theory. That was ridiculous. That was a ridiculous line at the end of it. And that's Theory, but listen, it's what they do. It's the creative writing at this point.
Yeah.
We then see a replay for Edge and AJ Styles from last night's WrestleMania Backlash, and Edge gets the win thanks to a new member of the other side, a new member of the Judgment Day, and Rhea Ripley.
Yes, God. It's good television.
Ripley and yes, it is. Rhea and Ripley and Damian Priest are making their way to the ring as Edge is sporting a new haircut, and he's just walking in between both of them. Rhea on his right side, if I was looking at the TV, and Damien on his left. Rhea looks 10 times better standing with Edge and Damian Priest already. Like, it just looks so good. Now her real main roster run begins.
They look like they're about to take over the whole freaking roster. They look powerful. I hope they do it right. They just look freaking powerful together.
Now her real main roster run can begin, because she looks absolutely phenomenal here. I don't know why they added the to Judgment Day. The Judgment Day. I don't know what that's about, but it's still Judgment Day. It's fine.
Yeah.
I can get used to the Judgment Day. It's fine, but they make their way to the ring, and Edge says that they formed because they were tired of being sheep. First of all, before I get back into the promo, what do you think of his hair? Everybody is so up in arms about his goddamn hair. It's not bad.
Edge can do whatever he wants to do, and it's fine.
Thank you.
He could have came out bald. I still would have been screaming. That guy is amazing.
Okay, well, no, that we can't do. But we can't have him bald. But the fact that everybody is so up in arms about him getting his hair cut, who cares? It's still Edge.
Yeah, he can do whatever he wants to do.
It's still Edge. What makes it? We've seen Edge with short hair before.
Yeah.
Why is everybody mad now?
That cut in that 2012 cut, I didn't like the 2012 cut. He looked like a soccer mom. I didn't like that one.
Well, I know that, but we still had his haircut.
He looked weird though. Don't think he looked weird?
Oh, he did. I'm not saying that he didn't, but he had his haircut before. So everybody is getting mad about his haircut now. It's ridiculous to me. He's had his haircut before.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, sure, it's a little different because it's a different type of haircut for him. but it's not like he has not had his hair cut before.
Edge is allowed to do whatever the hell he wants.
I'm fine with it. I really don't care. I honestly kind of like this haircut more. I love the long hair AJ Styles because I imagine if AJ cut his hair. I like the long hair Edge, but this really fits everything that's going on right now, so I'm perfectly fine with it. But Edge is great regardless, and we'll see what happens from there. He says that he was pretty much forming this group because they're just tired of being sheep. What did being sheep get him? A spot inside the Hall of Fame. He is bigger than the Hall of Fame, said Edge. There isn't a part of him that you can't point on his body that he has not had surgery on. And it left him on the side, and one injury left him on the sideline for 9 years. He came back, he played the role again, and what happened? The ugly fans got on their cheap phones and tweeted crap about him. I didn't. I don't know. I don't know what Edge is talking about. I didn't crap anything about Edge. I've loved Edge ever since he came back.
Yes.
Like I've loved Edge ever since he came back, and he's saying that all of us tweeted crap about him. I didn't.
I've been on his side the whole damn time. I said
I tweeted praise about him. I praise the guy.
Guy's perfect.
From the very beginning. From the very beginning in 2010, when he had to retire as soon as I started watching wrestling. That was a very very poorly timed way of watching professional wrestling by me. As soon as I started watching wrestling, Edge has to retire because of triple fusion neck surgery.
That sucks.
But hey, at least I still have Edge now, and Edge is doing phenomenal stuff right now. Priest says, after all of this, he says, nothing or no one can touch the Judgment Day. Individually, they're better than all of the rest, but together, there's something else. They were incredible when it was just him and Edge, but imagine how much better they can be now that they've added an instrument of brutality. Rio Ripley then gets on the microphone and says that the Judgment Day was the easiest decision of her life. She saw Edge and Priest change for the better, and she wanted to do the same. She's done signing autographs. She's done taking pictures with kids in airports, and says that they want to be just like her when they grow up. The same kids sell her autographs on eBay. She's done being used, and she has some unfinished business with Liv Morgan that she looks to take care of tonight on Raw. She is done having Liv riding on her coattails, and she wants the match tonight. Edge then says that the group is all about unrealized potential. Ripley and Priest are his saints of faith, two souls that needed a rudder, and he is that rudder. Edge says that he approached Ripley a few weeks ago and told her that Morgan was holding her back. He looked at Ripley and he saw the juggernaut that she could be, but she saw somebody. He saw somebody that was content in the slow lane. Now she has been unleashed, but his movement is far from done. They aren't finished, and they want more souls. Liv Morgan then interrupts. I'm telling you, man, I told you there was going to be another guy. There's going to be somebody else joining this thing, and I cannot wait to see it.
Ciampa or freaking Finn, please. That's all I ask.
That's it. It's either got to be one of those two.
Yeah.
What did you think of Rhea's reasoning for joining the group? because she's just done with the fans at this point, being used left and right between either tag team partners or the fans. I think that's a perfectly good enough reason.
I feel it. There could be no other reason. She definitely was untapped potential. She definitely was being, as much as I love Liv Morgan, I think her and Liv Morgan should be going two opposite ways. I think she definitely was held back by what Liv Morgan's doing and the fact that Rhea doesn't have to be a smiley, happy face. It's not her character.
And that tag team with Nikki was god awful.
Oh yeah, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that. That was bad.
And then during
later on that night was freaking ridiculous. Later on tonight was
ridiculous. During the singles part of her careers as well, she got terribly used in that NXT Championship match with Charlotte a couple of years ago. I believe that was WrestleMania 36.
Yeah.
Where Charlotte won the title. And then it was like, I think they did something with WrestleMania 37 between Rhea and Charlotte did the same thing over there. So Charlotte never really had the idea for Rio Ripley. And Ripley, it really has not been a good year and a half run for Rhea Ripley since being called up to the main roster. This is her start.
I sure hope so.
This is her start. But here's the thing. If this does not somehow work for Rhea Ripley, I don't know what could. I really don't. This is the perfect opportunity for her to get better. This is a perfect opportunity to work on her mic skills. Because I don't think she's bad on the mic. It's just having Edge being on her side now, I think she can get a lot better with Edge and just getting that better cadence for her on the microphone. And so can Damian Priest. Because I'll even say that Damian Priest needs a little bit of work on the mic as well. Because I've always thought Rhea and Damian Priest have been phenomenal in the ring. They just need a little bit more cadence on the mic.
Damian Priest talks like he's reading all the time, so
yes.
I hate when Damian Priest cuts promos. I hate that.
So hopefully, with them being on the side of Edge, that can help in that department as well. And heck, it can even work in the ring too. You can get better stories by just going to Edge and talking to him about all that stuff. So I think it could work both ways for both of these guys if they just take the time in order to really learn from Edge and get to where they need to be. So if this works for them, that's great. But if it doesn't, I don't know where they can go. Because this is a big opportunity for both of them. Edge is really taking them under his wing. So hopefully it works out for the best. And I want it to. I really do.
Yeah.
We'll get to that Phenom because that's going to be absolutely awesome. And we will get that. I have a little bit of a plan for that, but we'll talk about that match in just a second. We then had Liv Morgan versus Rio Ripley. And this was it's a typical Liv Morgan Rhea Ripley match. I know we really haven't seen it all that much before, but you kind of look at these two and you kind of know what you're going to get. But Morgan, she lands a few strikes, and then Ripley catches her with a big boot and scores a near fall. Ripley then mounts Morgan and delivers some big right hands. Edge is loving all of this on the outside as Edge and Damian Priest are standing on the apron. Not the apron, but standing outside the ring. Liv then slaps her, so Ripley then slaps her back, and Ripley then slams Liv into the mat a few times, then applies a body scissors. Liv then tries to fight out of it, but gets knocked down with a clothesline. Ripley then pins with one foot on the rope, but Morgan kicks out. And then Ripley goes for a big boot, but Liv's back, and she stands, and then she stands on her. Ripley then lifts her up and wants the riptide, but Morgan then slides down the back and lands a fury of punches and kicks. Liv then is looking for a springboard recoil, and she hits it for a near fall. Ripley then fights back and hits a kick to the face, and then applies the Prism Trap for the tap out victory as Liv taps out. I love that Prism Trap thing that she does now. Make that her finisher. I love the Riptide and everything, but that submission is great.
Yeah, it's like I feel like she did it before because I know I've seen her do it before. I just never knew what it was fucking called. So I'm happy she's
it's called the Prism Trap in the notes. So
okay.
So Prism Trap.
So
After the match, that is an awesome move, honestly. But Edge and Damian Priest after the match then get in the ring and they pose with Rio Ripley. Edge then gives Ripley a nod to do some more damage onto Liv. And then Liv screams and taps out in pain. But Edge gets down and mocks her tapping out, which that was great. I love Edge. Edge is phenomenal.
He's freaking perfect, man.
Ripley then eventually throws her to a side, and then out comes Finn Balor, and then AJ Styles. Bauer is then facing Damian Priest after the commercial break. We might as well talk about what who was it that said that? I believe it was Phenom that's up here. Yeah, he did. We might as well talk about this comment now. While we get into the Finn Balor and Damian Priest match. Styles, Finn Balor, and Morgan versus Judgment Day. I know he has Ali in here as well, because Ali with Tommaso, which we'll get into later on in the show. But for right now, since it's only those three, you get these two. And you get these three, rather. And I don't know if this has ever happened before, La. Correct me if I'm wrong. You get all these six inside Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
Or if you want, you can just do the 6-man tag, but Hell in a Cell would fit this.
You can do that. I want to be mad at that. I think you can do that. It'll be freaking cluttered as hell, but I mean, it'll be something to see. It'll like a freaking video game.
And I know it would kind of be a little awkward with 4 men and then only 2 women in there, but listen, at this point, with this feud being as big as it is, with Finn Balor and Damian Priest have been going at it for months on end, Styles and Edge and Rhea versus Liv, you get those 6 people inside Hell in a Cell instead of just a normal, boring 6-person mixed tag. That could be money. That could be great.
I think they can put it off. I think they can put it off for real.
So we'll see what happens. Obviously, Phenom put Ali in here because I'm thinking that he is pretty much thinking that Tommaso Ciampa would be added to the group later on down the line, heading into Hell in a Cell. I would not mind that at all. If they did have Tommaso Ciampa, I'd rather have all 4 of those people along with the 4 people of Judgment Day in an 8-man tag at SummerSlam. I think that would be fine. So maybe that could be the workout for that 8-man tag at SummerSlam. Even though I know a ton of people want Edge versus John Cena at SummerSlam, but he's now with Judgment Day, so I don't know. I don't know how that would even fit.
I read some freaking article about Cena. He said the only way he would come back is if he was actually needed for the feud, and it like actually makes sense. So they'll have to write something really good for him to actually like fit into what Edge is doing, I guess.
Right. Yeah. So, so Cena is coming back for the summer months, especially SummerSlam. He'd have to be written into something pretty decent in order to get back. Not saying that Judgment Day isn't anything of importance. This is absolutely phenomenal at what Edge is doing. But him going up against Judgment Day, you're going to have to really write something phenomenal in order to get Cena to get back into that kind of mentality. But we did have Finn Balor versus Damian Priest. This match was the first disqualification of the night. Balor, he fights up, but gets caught in a flapjack for a very close 2 count. Balor then counters a tilt-a-whirl with a Russian leg sweep. Finn chops Priest against the ropes, and then he hits a drop kick to the knee. Balor then lands a sling blade and a clothesline, but Priest, he goes over the top rope when he does that clothesline. Balor then wants a dive over the top rope to the outside, but Ripley pulls Priest out of the way, and Balor stops. Edge then spears Finn, and that's the disqualification finish. As soon as the match ends, Styles then gets into the ring, and they brawl. Edge and Styles brawl in the ring. Styles gets the better of him, and he throws hands with Priest until Ripley stands between them. Obviously, AJ Styles knows that he can't hit a woman, so that allows Edge to jump AJ from behind. Edge then hits a spear at the same time as Priest does a leg sweep, and Judgment Day pose together. That spear leg sweep combination is great.
Yes, it is. Add that to the freaking game. That shit is clean.
I love that. What I want though, in 2K, I know you're not listening to this, but I might legitimately have to make a 1,000 page essay.
No.
100 is 1,000. Update Edge. Update Edge.
Oh yes, please.
Update Edge in 2K22.
I already did.
Well, I know you can do that with community creations, but
yeah.
I want the other side in the game. I want the purple. I want the purple. I want all the purple shit in the game. I want that new Titantron. That new Titantron is freaking sick with the goddamn Dark Angel wings or whatever the heck that is.
Yeah.
I want the purple light. I want everything. I want everything. The other side, and I want Judgment Day. I want the Judgment Day in 2K22. I understand you can do that in community creations, but you can't really get the whole feel if it's not updated. So I want it updated.
Do they have merch out or no?
Do they have merch? I don't think so. When I was making the TikTok for the Judgment Day, I just searched up the Judgment Day pay-per-view logo and slapped it on there because there's no logo for them yet. And there's legitimately nothing yet. So I haven't seen anything for merchandise.
Huh. All right, cool.
When there is though, I'm gonna get something.
Oh yeah, no, that's what I gotta do.
Because that's just gonna be great. But yeah, this was the first disqualification finish. Finn Balor won by disqualification, and we'll get things going later on down the line between these 6 to 8 people when it does expand, hopefully very soon. Kevin Owens is backstage with Alpha Academy. You know, the thank you guys. The thank you. Chad Gable is talking to him, talking to Kevin Owens and saying that, listen, we'll find out if Ezekiel is really Elias, because you remember that red cup that we stole from Elias? He means Ezekiel. Well, I sent it to my friends at the DNA lab. Kevin Owens was flabbergasted that Chad Gable knew people from the DNA lab. The DNA lab. We don't know what the DNA lab is, but it's just the DNA lab. And they said that, listen, once the results come in, we'll have full proof evidence that Ezekiel is really Elias. And then Owens says that, listen, I got a special guest coming on later on tonight. It's his older brother named Ken Owens. He's an accomplished Grand Prix driver from Nova Scotia.
I kind of believed him for a minute. I was like, oh, shit, his brother. Like, oh, okay. Cool.
And then he says that he was going to beat Elias tonight. I'm like, okay, let's see where this goes. I didn't expect what we were going to be getting, but we got what we got. We then had MVP and Omos.
Wow.
Omos. Omos.
Big man.
On the VIP lounge. MVP then tells everyone to get on their feet and show respect for the man that dominated Bobby Lashley last night. It wasn't a domination. It was not a domination. I don't know what you're on, but it was not domination. MVP then says that he proved that he was a game changer that night. No, he didn't. Lashley.
Right.
Then the Almighty came out, and the Almighty became the Almighty because of him. He's an ungrateful fool that went to WrestleMania without him. Cedric Alexander then interrupts MVP, comes to the ring, and he says, good job, guys. Good job. He says that Omos did exactly what he said that he was going to do. Security didn't try to stop Alexander, but MVP tells him, all right, just let him in the ring. It's fine. Alexander then says that with MVP's acumen, his expertise, and Omos' strength, they will be unstoppable. MVP is asking, like, okay, what's this we stuff? What's this we stuff here? There's no we. Like, what's the thing you always say, Love? There's no we. It's.
What do you mean we? There's no we.
It's Nintendo we?
Nintendo? There's no we. I don't know about
there's no we. So he asks him what the hell is he talking about? And before he can get any further, they get interrupted again. But this time it's by Big Bobby Lashley.
God.
The man that legitimately can't talk to save his life, but it's Bobby Lashley.
He cannot speak. He cannot talk. Oh my God. Sounds like he's gargling water every time he talks. I hate that.
He cannot talk to save his life, but he comes out anyway. He comes out to the ring and absolutely mauls the security guard. He legitimately kills him on national television. And Cedric then just tries to jump off the apron, but he gets caught and gets slammed into the barricade. Lashley then gets into the ring and almost comes at him, but Lashley then clotheslines him over the top rope. Lashley then turns to MVP, but Alexander jumps on his back and MVP escapes. Lashley then applies a hurt lock on Cedric and stares down MVP and Omos. Question: is Cedric back with him now?
I hope not.
Is this the new Hurt Business?
That Hurt Business isn't hurting anything. That's a terrible Hurt
No. It's the job business.
That's really bad.
It's the jobber business.
I really, really, really hope not. Because God, that's bad.
Plus, Shelton Benjamin was also a part of this thing too. So.
Where is he at? I see him arguing with me and Yim on Twitter every day.
Him and me and Yim are arguing on Twitter?
Yeah, they're like friends, but they mess with each other like every day. They argue every single day. You gotta see it. It's freaking hilarious.
I follow Mia Yim. How do I not see this?
It's crazy. They argue every single day about something pointless. I don't know what they're arguing about, but it's like their gimmick on Twitter.
That's honestly kind of hilarious. But yeah, like, listen. Cedric Alexander is most likely going to be on Nick Khan's budget cut list. It sucks that I even have to say that. But the way that they've used Cedric over the past few years has been absolutely atrocious. Yeah. Omos, as much as we do this whole Omos thing, we know Omos is not what he's all cracked up to be.
Hey.
We know. Come on, Lon. We do this thing for fun, but we know Omos is not the greatest in the world.
Oh no, he's terrible. He's freaking he's really bad. But
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like,
he's really tall, so
he's just tall.
he's just tall. That's all.
Just get this shit off my TV. We're getting a steel cage match next week. I don't give a shit.
You don't want to see that?
I don't give a single shit.
We're gonna redo the freaking Bobby and Umaga spot when Bobby just threw himself through the cage. That's what I want to see.
Or what about that Roman and Braun spot where he just spears him through the cage and and all feet landed on the floor and there was like legit nothing.
The possibilities are endless. I'm excited. I think.
The fact that you said I think after that, it worries me, bro. It worries me.
I was worried. I was like, okay, I guess. No, you know what that sounds like? I think a freaking who said this? I saw someone said it. JD said it on Twitter. He was like, it sounds like Fox said, "Oh, y'all got a steel cage match." They want a steel cage match the same way Fox got one with the Drew and Sammy thing. It's like USA Network wanted a steel cage match as well.
It's the companies going at it again.
Yeah.
It's the networks going at it. Okay, well, you had a steel cage match. All right, well, we'll have to have a steel cage match now. Is this kindergarten shit? Is this high school shit?
Yes.
Why?
I wish I knew, man.
This is like legit high school shit. It's like, all right, well, since he said this, I have to say this about him, and then we gotta do this. No.
I wish I understood, man.
Speaking of high school shit, this stuff with Sonya Deville, using her power to get what she wants, and then Adam Pearce just shutting it down.
Yeah, no.
Is ridiculous. Sonya Deville and Adam Pearce are backstage, and she tells him to stop talking about the investigation because there is no investigation. They both know that she has done her job the best to her abilities each and every single week. She wants to now know who she will be facing tonight, but stops him from answering and says that it doesn't matter because it's just business regardless. We come back from commercial break and Sonya Deville is in the ring waiting for her match. She got a jobber entrance as a WWE official. Makes sense. Adam Pearson comes out and says that the investigation for Deville's conduct has concluded. It is over. WWE management has found Deville's actions to be repeatedly unprofessional, and as a result, her contract as a WWE official has been officially terminated. Deville is still an active member on the roster, however, so her opponent tonight, the returning Alexa Bliss.
Yay.
She comes out with the Lily doll.
Oh.
She comes out with the Lily doll while her first part of the music is the goddess. You think the goddess Alexa Bliss is back, and then they showed Alexa Bliss and she still has the doll.
They're playing with us.
And then halfway as she was getting down the ramp, it turned into the Fiend music shit. What is this? And she still even sat the doll on the ring post like she used to.
They're toying with us, man. They're toying with us. That's the only way I could think of it. They're genuinely messing with us now.
Guess how long the match was?
I didn't even see the match. I got up and went to the bathroom. I come back and everyone's like, "Oh my God, Alexa came back." I'm like, "When?" I didn't even know.
30 seconds.
Oh, great, nice.
30 seconds.
Nice. Rad.
And people are saying that the women's division is getting better.
That's freaking ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. Tonight's freaking women's matches all were embarrassments for some reason.
They've all been embarrassment for like the past few months.
I won't go that far. I won't go that far.
Except for the main event last week on Monday Night Raw. Except for that, there's been 2 to 3 minute matches tops every time.
No, I think
it's ridiculous.
I think they put more care into the women's pay-per-view matches than they do the regular show matches. Because I think the women's pay-per-view matches, from what I remember,
women's pay-per-view matches are fine, but that does not constitute the absolute shit that they get each and every single week on the weekly shows.
Oh well, yeah. On that case, yeah.
1 to 2 minute matches don't do anything for rivalries.
I understand that, yeah.
Everything about Charlotte and Ronda sucked on week-to-week basis.
Oh yeah, because both of them were freaking terrible.
Becky and Bianca was not really all that great, and then we got to the Mania match.
I was invested in that just because I wanted Becky to lose, and I freaking love Bianca, so I didn't care what they did. I was already invested at go with them. So
just because one main event of Monday Night Raw got a little bit over than 12 minutes, everybody thinks that the women's division on WWE TV is at the best shape of its life. No, it's not.
No.
It has not been good over the past few months, especially on the weekly shows. I'm not even talking about pay-per-views at this point. I'm talking about the weekly shows. 1 to 2 minute matches every single week does not constitute as being a great women's division.
I feel you.
30 seconds is ridiculous, even for a squash match for Alexa Bliss. That's terrible, dude.
They don't care.
Oh yeah, but Bruce Pritchard legitimately said in an interview that women's wrestling doesn't draw.
That's ridiculous.
And he said that before WrestleMania.
This year?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
He said that before WrestleMania, like a few weeks before WrestleMania, in an interview, and then all of this shit has been starting ever since. Honestly, that interview.
He still have a job.
Exactly, right?
If he said that, and there's people who heard him say that, and it's just easily found for people to hear him say that, why does he still have a job?
Because he's stuck up Vince McMahon's ass.
Oh, okay. Well,
it's Bruce Pritchard, bro.
That's ridiculous, man. That's crazy.
Those entire 3 Stooges, technically 4 Stooges backstage, because I'm counting Kevin Dunn, the bucktooth beaver boy Kevin Dunn, do not care about women's wrestling.
That's sick.
1 to 2 minute matches, and then this was 30 seconds tonight. But it's the best women's division yet. The talent is great. The way they use them is fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
Then we get the comedy shit tonight, as Ezekiel is in the ring for a match. So, jobber entrance for Ezekiel.
My man Zeke.
He then welcomes Ken Owens. Don't worry, guys. I did not say Kevin wrong. It's Ken Owens. It's Kevin Owens. But he dyed his hair gray. Well, not dyed his hair. It was a wig that was gray.
Oh, yeah.
And he did something with his beard. He might have done a little bit of gray in his beard for this.
A little just for men, you know, a little bit.
He might have done a little bit of just for men. And it's just a gray wig with a little bit of dye in his beard to make it gray. Ezekiel then attempts to welcome Owens to the show, but he says that nobody actually believes that this is Elias's brother, says Owens. Everybody is just playing along backstage. Ken then asked the fans, with a show of hands, and who really believes that this is actually Ezekiel. The entire crowd, apart from Connecticut, raises their hands. This is what I get. These are the type of people that I live with here in Connecticut, guys.
Smart
And not according to Kevin Owens. Ken then says that obviously nobody in Connecticut has either graduated high school or they're all just idiots, or they're all just liars, excuse me, and he does not know which one is worse. He gets angry, and then he says that Ezekiel tells Ken to calm down because he does not like the yelling, and he does not think his younger brother Kevin would enjoy it all very much. Ken then rips off the mat. He rips off the wig. He rubs his beard and he says, "Look, it's Kevin. It's Kevin." Ezekiel at this point is absolutely shocked. He's just shocked. He's just shocked. He's like, "What? Kevin?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's me." He's like, "No, take this hair off and show that you're Elias." He's like, "Oh, I'm not Elias. I'm Ezekiel. I'm Elias's older brother." And then he said, "I think this is going to be the perfect time for his younger brother." Wait, is it his younger brother Elias or older brother Elias? It's his older brother Elias, right? Yes.
Yeah, older.
So it's a perfect time for his older brother Elias to come out and sing a lullaby to calm Kevin down. They're planting seeds for an Elias to come out.
I'm excited.
With this Ezekiel character. I don't. If it's Damian Sandow, they can get Damian Sandow.
That's good television right there.
If they could get somebody to legitimately play Elias when Elias is Ezekiel, this is going to be phenomenal.
Cannot wait for that.
Oh my god. They're legitimately planning that, dude. They're planting this. And this is...
They got to do it now. They have to do it.
Wow, Toasted Sheep. That's a pretty big statement. Look at that, Cloth.
Whoever watched the Hardcore 5 for 3 hours straight and watched Raw. That I believe. Wait, Phil, did you listen to the song?
I did.
That was. I'm with you, bro. I'm definitely with you. That's it. I was freaking out yesterday. I definitely will watch 3 hours of that video. Besides Monday Night Raw, I definitely. That's facts right there.
So Owens then attacks Ezekiel, and then Ezekiel starts fighting back and beats Owens into the corner. But out of nowhere, Alpha Academy then turned the tables, and Owens, Gable hold off Ezekiel, and they hold him down while Otis hits a big splash. Owens then lifts him for a stunner. He hits it, and then he poses with Alpha Academy. Asuka is then backstage with Adam Pearce, and this was honestly kind of disgusting. I don't know what the hell was happening here because I legitimately did not. I came back from the kitchen at this time, so I just hear Asuka screaming nonsense to Becky Lynch at this point. I'm like, what the fuck happened? I'm like, what happened here? So
she's so good.
She's talking to Adam Pearce, and Pearce is saying that she deserves an opportunity. So on tonight's main event, she will go up against Bianca Belair in a championship contender match. I still fucking hate championship contender matches with a goddamn passion. Nobody can tell me otherwise. Then Becky Lynch walks up, and she is not happy. Of course she's not. When is she ever? She says that she wants a championship match. Now, it's been nearly a year since she has deserved a rematch. Nearly a year since you deserved a rematch. You lost the title at Mania. Get the fuck home.
Yeah, no.
Someone says that she gave Asuka her title when she left to go have a baby, and she lost it. So she does not get a championship opportunity. Pierce justifies it by saying, listen, she was on the winning team last week, so in a way, she does. And Becky is like, she didn't even get the pin. That's Liv that got the pin. And the thing is, it wasn't on me, so who cares? Who cares? I deserve this match. He just justifies it and walks off. Asuka then just starts Lynch, and she just yells at Lynch in either Japanese or whatever she was speaking. There were some words spoken that I did not understand, and
I think it was Japanese. I assume she was talking her language.
And Becky was just like, oh, okay. What is she talking about here? And then she's like, oh, yeah, you're the one that has green stuff all over her face. Great comeback. And then we get to the match for Veer. Great comeback there, Lynch. Really good. You're the one that has green stuff all over your face. Great ending. Great ending to that argument.
No one is ready for Asuka.
We then had Veer versus Frank Lowman.
I thought it was fucking Wardlow when I saw him. I was like, who?
Everybody thought it was Wardlow.
I was like, holy shit, it's Wardlow.
And to be okay, here's the thing, dude. I've seen this guy before.
Yeah, me too. Dynamite.
Well, not Wardlow, not Wardlow. Frank. I've seen Frank before.
Where'd you see Frank at?
I've seen Frank multiple times at house shows.
Oh, well, all right.
I've seen Frank multiple times in house shows here in Connecticut.
Is he a friend of the show? That's it.
And not a friend of the show, no. But I've definitely seen Frank at a couple of house shows here in Connecticut. He's legitimately from Connecticut, so that was a legit shoot from Byron and everything. And it was a legit thing, and he was from Connecticut. Is from Connecticut. So Frank Lowman, he gets squashed here tonight on Raw by Veer. What else is fucking new? Veer legitimately can't go up against anybody that's relevant here on the show. And yeah, Veer is absolutely dead.
I'm getting tired. They freaking.
He's dead, dude. He's dead.
Bro, he was dead when they first brought him there, because all they had to
do
was put him in like at least a mid card situation.
You put him in a match that has somebody on the legitimate Raw roster. Put him on somebody with the Raw roster.
That's the thing. They were in the right direction with the Ray and Dominic stuff, but now they got him going against fucking Mike Michelson and all these nut ass local competitors that they have just walking in there. And this guy looked like he actually might beat him because he was huge, and then he just lost too. So I'm like, okay, I don't know I don't know if he's just gonna. Veer's on a world tour. He's gonna destroy everyone in the world, all the local competitors, and then he's gonna disappear forever. I think that's what Veer's gimmick is. He's gonna beat every local competitor there is, and then just believe.
Veer is going to get fired. He's going to get fired because nobody's getting over with this shit.
Yeah.
Nobody. Even Veer is not getting over with this. Nobody cares about Veer Mahan.
Yeah, no.
Is he looking like a complete monster in all these squash matches? Yes, but you can only put him in so many squash matches before people get bored. People get bored very quickly in the wrestling business. As wrestling fans, I should say. We're not in the business, but you get what I mean. People get very bored very quickly. And this thing has already run its ceiling. We can't break that glass ceiling anymore. It's done. It's done. There's nothing more that Veer can do.
Yeah, it's over.
You started off with him fine. And then, of course, once he legitimately killed Dominic, and then Ray just all of a sudden just fell off the face of the earth, he's been absolutely nothing.
Yeah, where is Ray?
Huh?
Where is
Ray? He that whole Dominic thing was to write both of them off.
Oh, great.
So they're doing something, whatever they're doing. They have time off for whatever they need to do, but that was to write them both off TV.
Well, right.
I don't know what they needed to have their time off for, but that was for that reason. So he had the squash match with Frank, and to be frank with you guys, see, there you go. That's a legit saying.
Oh my god!
This shit sucked. This shit sucked.
Whoa.
Lowman lands some elbows and then ducks a clothesline, but then he kicks Veer in the face. I was like, oh shit, Lowman's actually getting some kind of offense here. Lowman then hits the ropes, but then Veer just catches him in a body attack, and then Mahan just does a sidewalk slam. Then he gets on. Then backs him up into a corner and clubs him. Veer then hits the $1 million clothesline, and then applies the cervical clutch and taps out. Immediately, the eyes are bugging out of Frank Lowman and everything. Veer Mahan picks up the win. Get Veer off my TV. It's as simple as that.
I never thought I would say that. We've been waiting for him for so long, and then now it's just trash.
Kevin Patrick, who I still believe is bending his knees for interviewing purposes. He is not that short. He is not that short.
If he's back there just bending his knees, that's hilarious.
Here's the thing. I recently read on news articles and everything that they legitimately make these people like look shorter than what they legitimately are. The only way I can think of them legitimately saying, hey, make yourself shorter than what you really are, bend your knees a little bit.
That's hilarious.
He is not that short compared to Cody Rhodes. I can't think that.
That's crazy.
Have you ever seen him standing next to Randy Orton?
You can just look up their heights, and that'll answer your question right there. That's it. I mean,
he is not that short. He can't be that short.
I didn't pay attention to it, honestly.
He's interviewing Cody, and he's asking if the American Nightmare can become the new United States champion. Kevin, he interviews Cody Rhodes backstage. Cody says that Seth Rollins took him to the limit for a second time last night, and he walked away with the win and the money. As far as he is concerned, the chapter with Seth Rollins is done. He is focused on Theory, the kid brimming with potential, but nothing sounds better than Cody Rhodes as being the United States champion. Cody makes his entrance, and the match will happen after the commercial break. Cody Rhodes is great on the mic. Cody Rhodes is great in the ring. Cody Rhodes has been used absolutely perfectly ever since his comeback 5 weeks ago. I've loved it. The match with Theory was honestly pretty good too, up until the very ending.
Yeah. That ending, that we all saw that coming, so I mean, shit.
Yeah. We knew it was going to be DQ finish, but
yeah.
It's just a waste of time, though, when we have to wait all this time to 10 o'clock and then we get a DQ finish. I legitimately told my friend tonight, watch Monday Night Raw because Cody Rhodes versus Austin Theory for the United States title. And then he's like, Phil, what was that?
You told him to watch that?
Because he loves Cody.
But you knew how it was going to end. Yeah.
He loves Cody, so he wants to see Cody every single time. So I tell him, watch it.
Damn.
But plus the basketball game was ending, so he needed to watch something. He said, I'm like, okay, well, come on, it's on right now.
Go watch the grass grow. Isn't anything better than fucking Monday Night Raw. Shit.
He only watched the Cody match and then he just turned it off.
Good man.
So he's like, Phil, what the hell was that? I'm like, dude, I don't know. I'm like, I was telling him that they were only doing that to set up Cody versus Rollins 3. He's like, they're doing that again. I'm like, yes, they're doing that again. He's like, what is it this time in Hell in a Cell? I'm like, yep, you got it. He doesn't even really watch the weekly shows anymore. He only watches the pay-per-views, which I commend him for, because he already knows the product as much because he watches the show every single week. So this show every single week, not Raw or SmackDown. He hates watching Raw or SmackDown. He watches this every single day. But yeah, he's like, okay, we're getting Cody Rollins 3. I'm like, yep, we are. Like, okay, I'll see you at Hell in a Cell back on my place. I'm like, okay, cool. So we return from commercial break and we see Theory holding Cody Rhodes down with a chin lock. Of course, the classic chin lock, slowing the pace down. Rhodes then fights up and lands some punches, and both men hit cross bodies at the same time. They get up, and Cody hits a flying forearm, and then a snap power bomb for a 2 count. Rhodes then heads to the top rope and hits a moonsault for a near fall. I have to talk about his moonsaults now, bro. His moonsaults were so much better in AEW. I don't know what the heck happened.
I'd take your word for it. I didn't watch back then, so.
His moonsault legitimately, you saw his moonsault tonight. He kind of like went sideways a little bit.
Yeah.
He does a full rotation, like all the way up in AEW. Like he legitimately did a full moonsault. This time he's like doing a goddamn twisted whisk-like thing. His moonsaults were so much better in AEW. I don't know if he's just trying to do the moonsaults in a WWE way now, because he's still trying. Because obviously, it's not really that much different, like wrestling wise, for him, because he's obviously just been wrestling all this time. But I think he's just trying to make it WWE, so he can kind of get back into that swing of thing. That might be the case, or that just might be Cody being Cody. I don't know. But yeah, he hit that moonsault. It was an okay moonsault for what it was anyway. He still hit it, and it was a very close near fall. Theory then hit an elbow to the jaw, and then followed it up with a Yoshikoroshi for a near fall as well. Theory then tried to go for the ATL, but Cody then slips out, and he hit a disaster kick. Cody then follows it up with a Cody cutter, and everybody gets fired up once that move was hit. That Cody cutter it's an absolute thing of beauty every single time. I love the Cody cutter.
Yes, it's clean.
Cody cutter for the win. Not for the win, though, because it actually ended in disqualification. Cody wants Theory to get up because he wants to hit the crossroads, but then Seth Rollins rushes in and attacks him from behind. As soon as Cody Rhodes was telling Theory to get up, I'm like, all right, here comes Cody. Here comes Seth. I'm like, yep, it's happening. Here comes Seth, and it happens. It's like clockwork with WWE. You just know. Rollins then beats down Rhodes in the ring. He takes him to ringside. Rollins then beats Cody on the announce desk, and then he's screaming at him. Rollins then gets on the desk and hits a stomp, and he's just staring at him maniacally. as he's standing on the desk.
Menacingly.
Then we had Sasha Banks and Naomi take on Nikki ASH and Doudrop, or Nikki TR ASH and Doudrop.
Oh, God.
Why did this match have to happen? Why? Can I get an explanation?
I can't give you one, man.
Why are Nikki and Doudrop a tag team?
Because she wants to get more serious, and she says be a more serious superhero. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know. I thought that
Can
meant
we get the superhero gimmick off?
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I imagined, and then just no. I don't know, man.
And they have to defend the tag titles on Friday.
What? Oh.
Sasha and Naomi are defending the tag titles on Friday against Natalya and Shayna Baszler.
I totally forgot about that. Oh, God.
You see this face? This is the face of somebody that does not care about that shit. And it involves Sasha Banks. If I don't care about a Sasha Banks thing, that's sad. That's legitimately sad.
I feel you.
This match was really nothing important. Doudrop was off the apron. She makes a tag. And Nikki, she got hit with that rolling X Factor jawbreaker. What the fuck is Chris Jericho's move? They used to do code breaker shit. She did the rolling code breaker thing and pins Nikki for the win. This match is bad.
No point for it at all.
Yeah. So after the match, Doudrop then berates Nikki and asks her when is she ever going to take things seriously. As they are arguing, out comes The Miz in a referee shirt. And I'm like, oh, great.
Referee Miz.
Like, oh, referee Miz. Well, what are we doing here?
Mikery. Ref Miz.
A special guest referee match with Tommaso Ciampa and Ali. This is just embarrassing at this point. This is embarrassing for Ali. This is embarrassing for Tommaso Ciampa. I don't even think any of them got entrances.
I don't think so. I was outside of the room. I walked back in the room and they were in the ring. So I was like, okay. I had no idea. I don't know.
I did not see any of them get entrances. So if Tommaso and Ali got jobber entrances, it's not looking good, bro.
So.
And Ciampa is supposed to be going to the other side.
I hope so. That's what I'm trying to tell people. He needs freaking direction because they're not going to do what they did on NXT with him. They don't even acknowledge NXT.
No.
So what the fuck is the point of not putting him in the stable?
I saw a tweet as I was on Twitter just scrolling through hashtag WWE RAW when Tommaso was doing the whole clapping and tapping himself on the back and everything like that.
Yeah.
You saw that during the match, right?
Yeah.
A tweet said, and I quote, "Nobody powered for the clapping and pat on the back. L crowd." I'm like, dude, I replied and said, dude, nobody watches NXT. It sucks. Especially nobody in Connecticut. Nobody in Connecticut watches NXT. And he's like, oh, makes sense. I'm like, yeah. So, listen, if you did not watch NXT, you would have never known the clapping and patting on the back thing. I watched NXT since day one with the whole black and gold shit, so I knew all of that. So I pop for that shit. I even do that every single time with him because it's just hilarious. But this is all a way to get Ali to be more embarrassed after everything that he went through online when he complained on Twitter about his release.
My only thing is, if you haven't seen NXT, it's cool. And I wasn't watching NXT during its prime either, and I get berated for that every time I say it, but it is what it is. All I gotta do is go on Peacock and watch it. Go on YouTube and watch it. It's right there.
Yeah, but it's not the same now.
Bro,
Ciampa's not even there anymore.
I don't care. You have the ability and the means to go back and watch the show. Go back and watch the show and catch yourself up. If I would tell you like there's a show right now that I'm watching and you never seen before, I'm not going to tell you, hey, don't watch it because it's not live anymore. No, go watch the fucking show. It's right there. Press play. It's all there.
I go back and watch Black and Gold all the time.
All right then. So for people who haven't watched NXT like me, all I had to do was type in NXT and look, it's there. The internet, Google. Look at that. Look at God. It's right there. It's right there. That's my thing. That's my thing. If you don't understand certain references, just go and look it up. It's gonna come up.
I get that. But obviously, the guy that made that tweet saying that nobody popped for the clapping and pat on the back thing, I'm like, dude, that's obviously because none of those guys watched NXT back then. It's not an L crowd. It's just they obviously just did not see Ciampa at that time because they probably just didn't know it. And it's not like any of their fault, honestly, because whenever somebody just randomly gets called up, there's no hype for them anymore getting called up. They just show up. Unless it's somebody like Veer that was doing video packages for 6 months and now he's dead.
Yeah.
Tommaso got no hype for his call up. Just showed up randomly.
Because that's another thing. The main roster doesn't acknowledge Black and Gold NXT, so you're also fighting against that.
WWE doesn't really acknowledge anything outside of their show.
Then that's another reason why the crowd had no idea what the fuck Ciampa was doing.
What happened? That's right. On WrestleMania Backlash, Jimmy Smith said, and I quote, Cody Rhodes has to work out his ring rust.
Oh yeah, I saw you tweet that. I was like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Luckily, Corey Graves stepped in saying, well, listen, it's not like he hasn't been wrestling over the past 6 years.
Yeah, we know where he was at.
We know where he was at. I understand they can't say AEW. God damn, I wonder, who fed him that? Saying, oh yeah, he has to work out his ring rust. We know where he's been.
Man was right there.
It's not like he has not been wrestling. He was in AEW. He was on the Indies. He was in New Japan. He was everywhere the last 6 years.
They gotta act like he was in this freaking turtle show waiting for Vince to call him back.
Yes. Because nothing else exists but WWE.
Yes.
They did not even really acknowledge Impact all that much when Mickie James was in the Rumble.
I didn't know.
And she came out with the championship.
They're like, Impact champion. All right, back to the Royal Rumble. It's crazy.
She came back. She came with the championship, and they didn't even really acknowledge it all that much, or really at all.
They mentioned.
But that opened the door between the partnership, right? Nah, that didn't do shit.
It's a damn shame.
So, Ali hit Ciampa with a tackle in the corner, and it lands on the apron, rolls through, and hits the ropes for a neckbreaker. Mustafa then goes for a 450, but Ciampa rolls out of the way. Ciampa then grabs the back, and Ali shrugs him off, and he super kicks him. Ali then hits a tornado DDT, covers, but The Miz takes forever to get to the count, and Ciampa kicks out. Ali is getting frustrated, saying that he was going to pop The Miz if he does not count properly, and Ciampa grabs him, hits a reverse DDT, and covers, and Miz does a super fast pin count for the win, and Tommaso Ciampa picks up the W here. This is embarrassing for Ali, and they're going to hold him hostage for another year and a half until his contract is out.
Yeah, it's bad. It's all bad, man. I'm really trying to hold out for Ali. I really want to believe they're thinking of something good for him, but it ain't looking good right now.
Ali doesn't have any plans.
Oh well, shit.
I highly doubt that they're really planning something for him, because they started this shit off with the United States title thing, and then he lost that, and now he's going up against Tommaso and just these random ass things, and he's losing here. If we're getting Miz versus Ali at Hell in a Cell, that shit's gonna be terrible.
I don't like when Miz wrestles.
Miz is 2016 Miz was great.
I see championship Miz. That was it. But like before and after that was just
everything after that, it's been shit. Miz is so boring now. Go ahead, guys, clip it. Post it on your TikTok. Then I'll get bombarded on the comments some more.
Shit, you're right.
Getting death threats saying that I said that The Miz was boring now.
He is boring.
No, but trust me, I would get death threats.
Doesn't matter.
Because it's happened before.
Shit does not matter. He is boring. Fuck that shit.
We then get a video package for Lacey Evans talking about her troubled past,
which is Raw too.
Usually reserved for SmackDown, like I was gonna say, but yeah, it's on Raw.
I don't want to cry tonight, and Lacey comes in there. Everyone died. I was like, yo, damn.
This one really actually hit me hard because I've actually dealt with a lot of the shit that she was saying.
I'm so sad. She was like, yeah, my dad died. I was like, oh my God.
And then like a close family relative or friend died in the parking lot while I was just getting ready for my first match on NXT. Like, bro,
it's so sad. You got to hear it every week. I know. I'm so happy you came back from how sad your life was. I just don't want to hear how sad it was every week. Damn, it gets worse every week. Chapter 6, everyone's dead. What the fuck is going on?
I said this a couple of weeks ago on a SmackDown review, man. Listen, I understand what they're trying to do. They're really trying to get sympathy for her. And obviously it's working because we feel so bad for her.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you right now, it is not out of the realm of possibility for all of this to not be real.
That would be nuts.
Listen, bro, we have seen some crazy shit before in WWE. If all of this is real, I applaud her because she is a phenomenal woman that has went through so much. But if this is all fake and it's all an agenda to just get her sympathy and to get her over with us, this is pathetic. That would be pathetic. And that would be low even for WWE.
I do think it's real. I think they're just hitting us over the head with it.
They're just hitting us too much with that shit. If it's real, like I said, I applaud the woman for standing up, and she is legitimately one of the strongest people that I've honestly ever seen. But we've seen some crazy shit before, bro.
Yeah. I like to think
Sheamus and Jeff Hardy had an entire story built on his drug addiction.
Yeah.
And that was low.
Yeah.
So it's not out of the realm of possibility. I understand her whole marine life and everything like that. That's legitimately real. Like, you can legitimately go check that out and, like, search that up. She was a legit former Marine. That's real. But when it comes to her family shit, I don't know. We simply don't know. Like I said, if it's real, I applaud the woman because she's so strong. But it's not out of the realm of possibility. I'm gonna continue thinking that it is real though, because it is actually hitting me, and it's hitting me hard.
Yeah, I just didn't feel like getting sad tonight. It was sad. I thought the sad story was over, and this is like, yeah, no, it's sad. I was like, damn.
All of the shit has been sad. Everything that she has been saying has been pretty hard, and it's honestly really resonated with me. It's just, when are we actually going to get her in the ring, though? That's the problem.
Friday.
Probably Friday, right?
Friday. Definitely. I will be very surprised if she doesn't show up on Friday in that ring with fucking Ronda.
I heard they're trying to get Sergeant Slaughter back.
You said what?
I heard they're trying to get Sergeant Slaughter back to be with Lacey.
How old is Sergeant Slaughter? He's like 92. Sergeant Slaughter is 200 years old.
Sergeant is 73. 73.
God dang. Shout out Sergeant Slaughter. Good God. Why is he like Jesus?
They're trying to get Sergeant Slaughter back so that he can be the manager of her.
They don't let Sergeant Slaughter sit down and watch Jeopardy. You gave us many years.
Sit down and watch Jeopardy. Is that what you said?
Yeah. Gotta relax. He is 70. Damn. Yeah, come back and help Lacey get a sad story every week. What the no. Damn it. This is why this company is freaking floundering, because it's on the freaking past. And this is even the past, but this is past. I wasn't even alive. God. Sergeant Slaughter. What the fuck? What is going on? That just blew me. That's crazy.
They're legitimately trying to get Sergeant Slaughter. Okay.
I hope not. Damn it, man.
My cheeks hurt after laughing so hard.
Sergeant fucking Slaughter.
That's
hilarious.
And it's been reported by multiple people too, so it's not just one site that I saw.
You'd better off calling him fucking Zeb Coulter or whatever his name was when he was helping Jack Swagger.
How old is Zeb?
I gotta be the same age as Sergeant Slaughter. He was 80,000 when I saw him. I don't know what the fuck. Sergeant Slaughter.
Zeb Coulter, 72.
Look. This is ridiculous.
At this point, after that match, this was when Bobby Lashley got the announcement that he is going to go one-on-one inside a steel cage next week. So there's that. 24/7 title garbage. They want divorces. Reggie and Tozawa don't want it, and then they go off crying. Good shit. No, not good shit. It's fucking terrible. Get 24/7 title off my television. I'll piss on it and then burn it and then take care of the ashes. Spread them out into the sea. Okay. Then we had the 4-minute match between Asuka and Bianca Belair.
I wanted to have a good match, and they were just like, no.
This was the first time ever match, by the way, and it's 4 minutes.
That's nuts. I was so excited, so I looked at the clock. I was like, wait a minute. Unless we're going to go to a huge fucking spot first. This is not.
And Monday Night Raw never goes overtime. It ends right at 11 every time.
What the hell comes on after Raw? Fucking Cops? Like, what the fuck?
Today it was like a good like horror movie or whatever.
Oh,
It was a horror movie. I don't know what horror movie, but it was a horror movie.
fucking Raw's a horror movie. That's it.
Exactly. Thank you. I get scared every single time. Every time I see champions lose on Monday Night Raw. Which honestly, it didn't technically happen tonight because Bianca Belair won by disqualification. But who gives a shit? Belair hit the ropes and Bianca and Becky trips her. And Becky was on commentary. I legitimately had the TV muted because I can't stand her on commentary, so I just have it muted.
I was about to throw up as soon as I saw her walk out there. I was like, "Oh God, here we go with this shit."
I just muted the TV as soon as I saw her music play. I'm like, "Oh, yeah."
No one has explained to me why she does that. She just talks over the commentators for the whole. It's not even like commentary at this point. Now it's just like
because she sucks, bro. She's annoying.
She's like screaming at Byron the whole time. That's it. I think that's the gimmick of just, hey, Becky, go out there and scream at Byron. But oh my God, it's just them.
We get that enough with Corey.
I don't know who the fuck she's. I thought it was Byron.
Well, no, we get that enough with Corey yelling at him all the time.
Oh yeah,
now Corey, it's Becky too.
Yeah.
Corey called Byron a fucking idiot like 5 times tonight.
Yeah, he hates Byron.
I don't know if it's like a legit shoot that he hates Byron or if this is just him being him on commentary.
I think his gimmick is just to get bullied by everybody. And it's annoying when Corey does it. So it's even more annoying when Becky does it because she's screaming at me while I'm trying to watch Bianca and Asuka have a good match. And she's just yelling at me.
Because hell, even Michael Cole did it too.
Michael Cole is on and off for me. I don't know.
Well, Michael Cole's a special breed, though, bro. He's been going at this for like over 30 years. And he gets so much hate for honestly no reason.
He has his moments. I mean, I think I didn't like him when he was doing the whole coal mine stuff, but I guess that was because he was a heel and bad guys are supposed to be annoying as fuck. That's the narrative I hear every day. So I mean.
And then we had that WrestleMania match at 27.
We don't talk about that.
That shit was terrible. WrestleMania 27 is one of the worst WrestleManias I have ever witnessed as a pro wrestling fan.
That was a weird time.
That shit was disgusting. The only thing that I honestly say that was Stone Cold.
That was a weird fucking time.
So let's drag Belair out of the ring and runs her into the steel steps, and then Becky gets back in the ring and just kicks Asuka in the face, and then trash talks her. So I'm like, oh, great, there you go. Lynch then lifts Belair and hits a manhandle slam, so a rock bottom. And then Lynch leaves, and Belair comes into to check on Asuka. She attacked Bianca more than I feel than Asuka. What's the feud here? I thought the feud was Asuka and Becky.
They're going for a triple threat match at Hell in a Cell. The Bianca's going to be both.
It's honestly not going to shock me if that happens.
Because I'm actually, this was a weird.
I'm not invested. If that's what you were going to say, I'm not invested.
No, Asuka couldn't even lose this match anyway because she just got back. Like she just got back.
Then why book it? That's the problem.
I don't know. That's a good question. I wish I knew. It's a very good question.
If Bianca can't lose because she's champion, if Asuka can't lose because she legitimately just came back, why book the match?
I don't.
And that's it. That's Raw. And then Tuesday, if we have any news, I'll get that out to you, probably in a pre-recorded video, because I don't know if I'm going to be going live or not because of that family thing that I got to go to. And then Wednesday, a stacked show on Wednesday. Jeff Hardy's going to be on, bro, so you're going to have to see it.
Hardy. That's gonna
Especially, it's the Owen Hart Cup.
He's gonna lose. Jeff's gonna lose. It's gonna be all right.
I think Darby's gonna win. I'm sorry, bro.
He probably will. He probably. I would pick him to win. Honestly.
I'm actually going to one of my videos tomorrow for TikTok is going to be me previewing the entire tournament, but I'm going to be doing predictions for the entire tournament. I'm going to be doing my entire bracket and predicting a winner.
Shit.
So yeah, I'm going to be doing that, and we'll see where that goes. I think Dax Harwood and Adam Cole face off tomorrow as face off on Wednesday as well, so that should be pretty good. Dax Harwood is very underrated in a professional wrestling ring, just solo, and I want everybody to know that. So that's actually going to be a good match. Anytime Ricky Starks is in a match, I love it. So give me more Ricky Starks. And then I believe we have two of your favorite people for the women's side of things kicking off the tournament. It's the Jamie Hayter match with Tony Storm, I think.
Oh, that's gonna be good. That's gonna be good. That's gonna be good.
So it's gonna be a good time. Can't wait for that. It should be a good time, man. On Wednesday. It's Wednesday. We know what that means.
I saw fucking Abaddon on my TikTok this morning. Yeah, they threw me off.
Why?
I freaking love Abaddon. It was Kiera Hogan and Red Velvet. They were dancing, and then Abaddon walked up, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I think I don't know if they're wrestling today or tomorrow.
It was probably something on Dark or Elevation.
It was Elevation. It was Elevation. Abaddon had a match at Elevation. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean we're gonna get that all squared away. We got all of that, and we cannot wait to see all of that. The Owen Hart Cup tournament is going to be absolutely great to see. The finals culminate at Double or Nothing. Double or Nothing is going to be a great show. We got CM Punk and Hangman Adam Page. We got the two finals. We'll get MJF and Wardlow. It's going to be a great card, man. It's going to be a great card, and I cannot wait. Hell in a Cell as well. Then we got the UK show in September. The SummerSlam, all that stuff. It's going to be a great few months. And let's not forget Forbidden Door too.
Oh yeah, that too.
All right, guys, we're gonna get the hell out of here. We'll talk to you guys very soon. Have a good night. Stay safe, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow if anything. But if not, if we don't see you live on tomorrow's Tuesday, we will definitely be seeing you guys for Wednesday when it comes to AEW Dynamite. Talk to you guys soon. Follow us on TikTok. Follow me on Twitter at @PhillyMatt_. That's also on Instagram. And go to the merch, bonfire.com, the exclusive home of Outside the Brand, and it's merchandise. All right, guys. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And we'll talk to you guys very soon. Peace. And we the ones. Yay.